America's top military commander has lashed out at the Australian-born founder of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, saying he may have blood on his hands. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Admiral Mike Mullen, today said the leaking of over 90,000 files from the war in Afghanistan has exposed Afghan informants and soldiers to danger. The US Defence Secretary, Robert Gates, has also condemned WikiLeaks for placing American forces and their allies at risk. John Stewart reports.
The Pentagon today acknowledged the massive leak of over 90,000 military documents from the war in Afghanistan will have a significant impact on American troops and their allies. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff launched a stinging attack on WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange.
Mr. Assange can say whatever he likes about the greater good he thinks he and his source are doing, but the truth is they might already have on their hands the blood of some young soldier or that of an Afghan family.
The US Defence Secretary Robert Gates described the leaked documents as a mountain of raw data which could help the enemy.
The battlefield consequences of the release of these documents are potentially severe and dangerous for our troops, our allies, and Afghan partners.
The Defence Secretary has called in the FBI to help track down the person responsible for one of the biggest security breaches in US military history, and says the United States has a duty to protect any Afghans named in the documents.
Especially those who have worked with and put their trust in us in the past, who now may be targeted for retribution.
Afghanistan's President Hamid Karzai says the WikiLeaks expose has placed Afghan citizens at risk.
This indeed is extremely irresponsible and shocking.
President Karzai was particularly concerned about leaked documents which suggest that Pakistan's intelligence agency has been secretly helping Taliban militants fighting in Afghanistan, and he wants to know why his allies are not taking action.
I have ordered our Security Advisory Department and Foreign Affairs to study the documents carefully and differentiate between the good and bad and the truth and the lies of the reports.
Last night on Lateline, the founder of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, defended the massive leak as a way of exposing the truth about civilian casualties in Afghanistan.
It's the small events, taking off a child here or a deaf man there running away, or a family or a village that has been shelled in revenge or by accident. That's my big takeaway from this, that it's if you like, not just the bus accidents of war, but all the car accidents, all the pedestrian accidents that actually make up the big kill figures in the end.
Julian Assange says WikiLeaks held back 15,000 documents to protect innocent people. But it's since emerged that the names, home villages and even phone numbers of Afghans cooperating with NATO forces have actually been published by WikiLeaks.
So how many of the reports that you put on WikiLeaks went onto the site without you actually knowing the detail of what was in them?
It's fair to say that that only 2% have been read in precise detail, and the rest have been hived off using these classification systems.
WikiLeaks will not reveal the source of its documents and has denied suggestions the files were leaked by US Army intelligence analyst Bradley Manning.
Come on, fire!
Manning was charged with leaking a video of a US helicopter attack in Iraq which killed 2 journalists and wounded 2 children. The Pentagon has confirmed it is investigating the US Army soldier. John Stewart, Lateline.